Hi, Aquarius. Welcome to your bonus reading for the person that you're dealing with. So, for many of you, this will be a love interest, although it doesn't have to be, because we all deal with all different kinds of people for all different kinds of reasons. So, let's just see what comes out. So, we're starting with the Three of Cups, Four of Cups, and the Devil. So already I can tell this is one of those relationships that's really meant to trigger your shadow side. This is probably one of those very complicated relationships that's meant to happen to us, for us. Because when we are in relationships where we're really being triggered by another person to do that shadow alchemy, it's because we're meant to integrate parts of ourselves that are just on the other side of that pain. So if you're in one of these relationships, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. But this is really calling you, this relationship is calling you to do the shadow work, to do the shadow alchemy, because it's so empowering and it's a way to really rebirth ourselves and to really turn those shadows into something very positive by facing it and doing the work. So if you are in some kind of a relationship right now that's really triggering you, it's important to really do that work. But let's really unpack this and see what else wants to come out for you, Aquarius. You are showing up as a Three of Cups. So whenever I see a Three of Cups, I feel like you have a good support system. Perhaps even this person that's triggering your shadow work is a good support system for you, because it feels like you're being heard. Even though this is a very difficult time for you, it feels like you almost intuitively know with these cups that this is being done for a reason. And your person is showing up as a Four of Cups. And when I see a Four of Cups with the Devil, it makes me feel that this person has a very blocked heart chakra. So it may be that you are in this person's life to really, I just saw 222 as I said that, but it feels like you could be in this person's life to really help them clear out blockages in their heart chakra. So let's see what else wants to help us with the tarot. The Queen of Cups just popped out. This is the beginning of Cancer season as I am recording this. But that Queen of Cups is really about your intuition. I feel like your intuitive skills are really on point right now. And that's why it's allowing you to really look at this relationship, even as difficult as it might be, that you're looking at it with a sense of importance, because you know that there is a significance. There's a real gravity to why the two of you are together. So the Devil is coming in with the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is saying that, yes, we know this is difficult, but we both want to stick with this. The Seven of Wands is about that stick-to-itiveness when you want to give up, but you're not giving up just because it's hard. You're faced with all of this adversity here with these seven wands, and the Devil can be about our fears, our insecurities, our attachments. But because you might be seeing it from a slightly elevated perspective, as this person in the Seven of Wands is in an elevated perspective here, in an elevated position with all these wands coming at them, this adversity coming at them. It's like the two of you know that you're really being faced by a lot of things, but you've taken kind of a higher perspective and you're saying, okay, I know this is hard, but I can do hard things. I'm not backing down from this because I know this is probably my person. And this is this spark that happened when the two of us met. It was like an explosion. And it's meant to clear out blockages, probably for both of you, but we'll see as we go. So why the Devil and the Seven of Wands? So there's the Five of Swords. That's that insecurity we were just talking about. The Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. So we were just talking about heart chakras, and I think that your person's heart chakra is blocked. I'm getting that from the Four of Cups. But I think this union with you, I think that your heart chakra is communicating with their heart chakra, and that is what is keeping you together. That even though your person may feel at times like they want to get the heck out of here because it's so uncomfortable because of their blocked heart chakra, they stay because your hearts are magnetized together. Your hearts are really calling you together. There's an attraction there that is holding the two of you together. And I think that you can sense that your person is struggling to get out of the stronghold, but yet you understand that they're going through their process right now. This feels like a process to me. And that even though you may be feeling insecure about the fact that they want to leave, you also understand on a soul level why they're fighting it so much. Until they really understand the purpose and until their heart gets a little more clear, they're going to struggle against it, where it feels like you're going more with the flow, where they're struggling. So the Four of Cups on their side is clarified by Judgment. I think I'm going to flip that over just in case. But you're shaking up their world. You're shaking up their heart chakra. You're taking that blockage in your hands and you're shaking it so they can feel that something's going on. They can feel there's a shift in the energy, and they know they have more of a high level decision to make, that they know they can just bail on you and quit and not be in this relationship because it's too hard, it's too triggering. But yet they also know from a high perspective, like we saw with the Seven of Wands, they're seeing it from an elevated perspective and saying, okay, you know what, maybe I will hang out a little bit longer just to see what this is all about and why we're going through this. So why the Four of Cups and Judgment for Aquarius's person? So there's the Lovers. That's another high level decision we were just talking about. The Four of Wands and the Magician. This person is trying to get a clear vision of what it is that they want. I think in some ways they have manifested this for themselves, probably because they have gone through their own soul's ascension in some other ways. I can see with this Four of Wands that there are milestones already in this person's energy. So what this tells me is that this person already had undergone some kind of transformation before you two even came together, which is why you two came together, because you were both ready to trigger each other to the next level. And with the Lovers and Judgment, I can see that they're making this decision. That's that struggle we were picking up on, that they want to get out of this because it's too hard, but yet they're so drawn to you that they want to stay to see where this is going to go. The Magician is also giving me more of that shadow work, that alchemy, that healing through art, I want to say, where your person might be a very creative person. And so I think that they are finding ways to express their shadow side. So make that make sense for you. But I feel like they really are doing the shadow work, whether you know it or not. You might be seeing it through creative efforts. So make that make sense for you. But I did just get a creative expression coming from this person, and that they might be an artist or something along those lines. So make that part make sense for you. So the Three of Cups on your side is clarified by the Four of Swords. So you are giving your person the space that they need to do this work. I do get the sense that they're doing a lot of it on their own, but they wouldn't have been there without you because of the things that you triggered in them. You held a mirror up to them and said, here are your shadow aspects that you still need to integrate into your life. And those shadow aspects are just on the other side of our pain. So it's like reach through that pain and pull that aspect back in. And that's how you integrate these parts of yourself. I think that you're a little bit ahead of your person in the sense that you already can sense that you're already doing your healing, where it feels like your person's just being triggered right now into the healing. But it also looks like they're going to move into that healing through their art, but we'll see. Let's keep going. So why the Three of Cups and Four of Swords for Aquarius? So there's the Ten of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and Strength. The strength is here because you are overcoming your fears and you're starting to integrate your upper chakras with your lower chakras, where you may have always been a person who really lived in your lower chakras. This enlightenment that's happened with your person, this triggering of your shadow side has really awoken you to that. But the strength doesn't show up unless it's a difficult time. So I know it's been hard for you. And that's why you're healing with this Four of Swords. And now we have a Four of Pentacles. We have two fours now, which you are stabilizing. So whatever you went through, whatever was triggered in you, whatever ascensions you're going through, you're very stabilized now, and you are able to bring a stable energy to the connection while your person is still working it out. With your 10 of Cups here on your external energy, you have a lot of happiness in your life. You have a lot of peace. You have a lot of people. I'm seeing 3 of Cups and 10 of Cups, which are about support systems. Those are friends, family members, trusted confidants. So I can see that you have more resources than just this person to rely on. The Strength card is saying that when your world was rocked by this person, you really were able to face those fears and do it, that you are an incredibly strong person and you're stabilizing because of it. So the Ace of Cups is clarified by the King of Pentacles. There's that stability we were just talking about, this heart connection, that you two are so connected through your heart chakras, that that's also giving you a stability to really work this out and stay the course. So why the Ace of Cups and King of Pentacles? So there's the 8 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and King of Swords. This is that communication. Even if it's happening through your heart chakras, there is a flow of information going through the two of you, especially with this King of Swords. The 8 of Pentacles is saying that you are really doing a lot of the heavy lifting right now, which we've already confirmed, that you're just a little bit spiritually ahead of this person. And so, but they are seeing the truth in the situation, but they know that you are more advanced than they are. So right now they're just trying to trust their instincts on this. And the truth of the situation is really starting to hit them with this Ace of Swords. But I believe that's because there's such a strong flow of communication on a telepathic level with this King of Swords and the Ace of Cups, that I do think you two are communicating in the quantum field, in the unified field, even if you're not necessarily talking about it in the 3D realm. So the Magician on their side is clarified by the Devil again. So they are trying to get a clear vision of their shadow work. This is very clear, and they are not willing to back down. I can see a lot of stick-to-itiveness on both of your sides, that your person, even though they're struggling with it, they're not really embracing the pain, they're not embracing the insecurities, they're not embracing the attachments, they're not embracing the fear. They're right behind you because you already did embrace the fear with the Strength card. The fear is all around them right now with this Devil, but they need to step into that energy of the truth of the situation, that by embracing that fear is how they're going to integrate it all. So why the Magician and the Devil on your person's side? So there's Justice, Wheel of Fortune, and Temperance. So your person is definitely balancing out, because these are all cards of balance. The Wheel of Fortune starts to turn when there's a shift in the energy, because the energy has balanced and it's time to move forward. It's time to perhaps reap the rewards. Justice and Temperance are about balance. So your person really wants to bring you the emotional balance that you have brought into, but you were doing it first because you were more ready. But they can see that, and they want to bring in that balance just as much as you already have. So they can see it. They can see it, and I know they can see it because the Ace of Swords is on their side. But there is some aspect here, because the Devil is still showing up on their side, that they're still really in those lower chakras where you have ascended more into your upper chakras. So I think there's still a need for them to be enlightened and to use those upper chakras in order to really understand how the two of you are coming together in the unified field. So Strength on your side is clarified by the Ace of Cups. So there's that Ace of Cups again. You were able to fill your own heart chakra because this person triggered you into doing the shadow work. And as soon as you faced your fears, your heart chakra filled. And now it's why you're able to help this person clear out their heart chakra blockages, because you're being able to communicate very strongly through that chakra with this person. So why the Strength and the Ace of Cups? We have the World, the Six of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is all about your path of service and following your truth. And that's what you're doing. This person triggered that in you, that you have gifts that you are bringing into humanity, into the world. You're ascending, you're integrating all parts of yourself. But with the Six of Pentacles pointing towards this relationship, I can see that you are helping. With the Six of Pentacles, you are helping this person match your energy because you're probably meant to do something together. This is one of those relationships. It feels like once you come together, it's really going to light up the grid, but we'll get to that too. But it feels like that's exactly what's happening here, is you are encouraging your person to catch up with you as far as the shadow alchemy, so that you two can do something important together for humanity. So this Knight of Swords is also giving me a feeling of loyalty, because the Knight of Swords can be a very loyal energy because they're chasing down that truth. This feels like you're very faithful to this person, even though it feels misplaced in the sense that they're always trying to get away from you, but you understand it on a higher level, like we saw with the Seven of Wands. So let's get you some final advice just to wrap this up for you. But we have the Eight of Swords. The King of Swords coming in with the Eight of Swords is a little bit refreshing or comforting, in the sense that there is no better card in the deck than the King of Swords to deal with this fear of the Eight of Swords. And that's what we've been talking about, that your person really needs to embrace their fear in order to move this forward. But let's see some advice for you while you're waiting, because I can see you're in a holding pattern here with the Three of Cups. Oh, the Two of Swords just popped out, and this is about your inner vision. This is about your intuition. This is about not using your thinking mind to make a decision. So I can tell that you're very confident in your waiting for this person, that you're just waiting it out, which is what the Two of Swords really is. So your final advice is Seven of Swords, Nine of Wands, and Eight of Wands. So with the advice here, and we have the Hanged Man underneath. The Hanged Man underneath is telling me that you are really connecting to your truth, but so is your person. And the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Wands are saying that you're not in alignment right now. They're both out of balance. The Seven of Swords are about those insecurities, those doubts that we create in our own minds. The Nine of Wands is about fear, paranoia, watching our back. Those are all the things that are still out of balance in this relationship. But what I love that we ended with this Eight of Wands, because the Eight of Wands is about transmuting the energies so that it can be in perfect alignment, so that the energies will now flow. The Eight of Wands is about flowing in alignment. And that's where you two are headed. That this idea that you just keep communicating on this quantum level. There's an intimacy between you. There's bonding, there's confiding, there's communication going on in the Ace of Cups and in the King of Swords, that you're continuing to cheer each other on in the unified field, that you're going to get an alignment in the 3D. So hang in there is what the Hanged Man is literally telling you, to hang in there, because things are coming with this Three of Wands. This is just really about your person learning to face their fears and get there, but they're going to, because they don't want to let go of you. So there you go, Aquarius. That is your bonus reading for the person that you're dealing with. Please let me know how this was resonant for you. Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.